My sister set me up, played the victim, and got me kicked out barefoot. I was 15 when my sister framed me, cried to my parents, and got me thrown out of the house barefoot in the middle of the night. A few weeks later, she bragged about it. And my mom overheard everything. If you had asked my family back then to describe me, they would have said I was the problem. My dad believed respect only flowed one way. You gave it to him without question, or you got yelled at. Sometimes worse. My mom followed whatever he said like it was gospel. Then, there was my sister Becca. She was 2 years younger than me, and the golden child. She could burn popcorn and my dad would call it a learning experience. If I forgot to mow the lawn once, I was lazy and going nowhere in life. That was always how it worked. If Becca passed a test, it was because she was smart and hardworking. If I passed, it was luck. She was forgiven for everything. Every mistake I made was proof I was a failure. I knew it was unfair, but I never thought she would take it as far as she did. That night started normal. I was in my room on my old laptop, messing with music downloads and barely doing homework. It was late, probably after 11. Suddenly my door flew open so hard it hit the wall. Both my parents stormed in like I'd set off an alarm. My mom's face was red. My dad's veins were bulging. Behind them was Becca, crying so hard it looked rehearsed. "He stole it," she sobbed. "I saw him take it from Dad's wallet." I sat straight up, completely confused. My dad started tearing through my room like he was on a crime show. He grabbed my pillow, lifted it, and there it was. A wad of cash shoved underneath. $300 or $400. My stomach dropped. "I told you," Becca cried, tears streaming down her face. I couldn't even process it. I hadn't touched his wallet. I hadn't gone near it. Before I could explain, my dad was in my face, finger jabbing my chest. "You embarrassed this family for the last time," he yelled. "You think we didn't notice money missing before? You think we're stupid?" "That's not mine," I said, shaking. "She planted it. She's lying. Why would I steal when I've been saving money from mowing lawns and babysitting? Ask the neighbors." "Enough," he roared, so loud the windows rattled. "You're a liar and a thief. You've made this house a joke." I looked at my mom, desperate for her to say something. She wouldn't even meet my eyes. She just repeated what my dad said, like it was law. Behind them, Becca stood with her head down like a saint. But I saw it. The little smirk on her face, as my dad started shoving my things into a trash bag like I was nothing. "Dad, please," I said, my voice breaking. "It isn't true." He didn't care. He grabbed my backpack, dumped it on the bed, and threw clothes into it. My mom started to say something, but one look from my dad shut her up. Then Becca sniffled loudly. "I'm scared to even live in the same house as him," she said. "What if he hurts me?" That hurt more than anything. "I've never laid a hand on you," I said, spinning toward her. It didn't matter. My dad clenched his jaw. "That's it. Get out. Now!" They shoved the bags into my arms and dragged me down the hall. Becca whispered behind me, "I told you they'd believe me." At the front door, my dad yanked it open. Cold night air hit me. I was barefoot, wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt. He shoved me onto the porch so hard I stumbled. My shoes were by the door, so I grabbed them before he slammed it shut. "You don't come back until you admit what you did and apologize to your sister," he said. "I didn't do anything," I shouted. "She lied. She set me up. Don't you dare talk about her like that," he said. "She's been nothing but good. You're just jealous." The door slammed shut. I stood there for a moment, waiting for it to open again. It never did. I sat on the porch steps, shaking, staring at the quiet street. I wasn't grounded. I wasn't in trouble. I was gone. I was 15 years old, homeless, holding a trash bag of clothes. That first night, I walked until my legs hurt. I didn't know where I was going. I ended up at my friend Lindsay's house. She let me in, gave me pizza and a blanket. I slept better than I had in weeks. Her mom told me the next morning I could stay a few nights, but not long. By the third day, I was out again. After that, I couch surfed until I ran out of options. Then I slept wherever I could. Behind a gas station. Near dumpsters. I hid in the library until security kicked me out. Hunger was worse than the cold. My savings disappeared fast. Eventually I skipped meals altogether. At school, Becca made sure everyone knew her version. I was a thief. A screw-up. Kids moved their backpacks away from me. Teachers watched me like I was dangerous. Someone whispered they didn't want their stuff stolen. A basketball player shoved me and called me a thief. I got the warning. Not him. By the second week, I was invisible. Nights were the worst. Curled up on concrete, praying no one bothered me. All I could think was that my own family did this. One night, my dad found me at a park. He ordered me into the car. I refused unless he admitted Becca lied. He threatened to call the police and report me as a criminal. Then he drove away. That's when I realized it. He didn't want the truth. He wanted control. I told the school counselor everything. She didn't believe me. My parents had already spoken to her. I called my aunt. She told me to apologize. Everyone chose the easy story. Then one night, Becca showed up at the gas station. She admitted everything. She framed me because it was easy. Because everyone already believed I was the screw-up. She told me if I kept talking, she'd make up something worse. I realized she didn't just want me gone. She wanted me erased. Weeks later, soaked in rain, starving, broken, Lindsay found me. She gave me money. And she told me Becca had bragged at a party about framing me. No one believed her. That was my breaking point. I walked back to my house that night. I knocked. I demanded they listen. My dad threw a glass at me. Then Becca followed me outside. And she admitted it again. This time, my mom heard. She admitted she planted the money. She said she did it so she wouldn't have to be perfect anymore. Everything stopped. My mom posted the truth publicly. The messages poured in. Apologies. Regret. Becca screamed that her life was ruined. My dad told her she ruined it herself. I stood there bleeding, exhausted, and vindicated. It didn't undo what they did. But the truth was out. I told them I was taking my bed back. Not as a favor. As a right. And for the first time in weeks, I slept in a real bed. Not because they allowed it, but because I demanded it.